All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming on, especially Mona, because she's 3 hours later than most of us, an hour later than Nick. Most of us here tonight are on the West Coast. So thank you so much for coming on live. I know you guys are super busy. This presentation is going to be about 35 minutes long, so I'll do my best to get right to it. It is being recorded, and I am going to start with a video to kind of set the tone for what I want to talk about tonight. So thank you again so much for coming on. Okay, this will just take a second here. Can you guys see my screen yet or not yet? Coming on? Okay, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. The video was not pulled up like I thought it was. So now you guys are gonna get to creep on my Facebook for a second. Going into my team page, and bear with me, guys, bear with me, please. And this is my team page. I had this video pulled up right before the presentation. Disappeared. Oh, I bet I know why it disappeared, because I had to go to the event. Okay, here we go.
Different every day the way I operate is totally different, and it's not about the product for me as much as it is about the process. And what I mean about the process saved my life. You see, my mother had me when she was 15 years old, right? Over on the east side of Atlanta, we came up in this neighborhood by the name of Kirkwood, drug dealer on every corner, gang members in the neighborhood, 2-bedroom home, 14 people, used to sleep on the floor. Got the opportunity to sleep in the bed one time out of the week. It was 6 of us in the bed, 3 at the foot, 3 at the head. And I came up with this dream pretty quick. I said, man, I want to go to the NFL, because I had 8 uncles in that house, all 8 of which are still going in and out of prison. And so pretty quick, I said, man, I want to go to the NFL. And so I went to my big cousin Tamar one night. I said, man, listen, I want to go to the NFL. And so we got to work for this thing. So the thing we're going to do every night, we're going to be patient. We're going to engage in consistent action. Every night, we're going to race light pole to light pole with no shoes. So every night we would get out in the street, race light pole to light pole. One night, a coach came down the street. He signed me and my cousins up for organized sports, right? First time being in organized sports. We get in organized sports. The thing was, after practice, everybody would leave to go home. And I always had to sit on the bench and wait on my mother because she worked at Wendy's. And so when my mother would show up in the park, it would be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. So I'm sitting there, and when my mother would pull up, she drove an old Buick Regal, hubcaps off the car, seats torn up, the car was all beat up. And she would pull up in the park 10:30 at night. I would jump off the bench. I would sprint over to my mother. I would say, Mom, if you don't mind, can you please sit back in your car and turn on your car lights? I have to do some extra drills. I have to go to the NFL. She would never have to work another day in your life. And I knew my mother was tired. And every night, my mother would sit back in that car, and those car lights would hit that field. And he had a 7-year-old kid doing backpedaling drills, running sprints, running laps, chasing his dream to go to the NFL. But just beyond those car lights, I could always connect with my mother's eyes. So it made me dig a little bit deeper. It made me push myself a little bit further. It made me work a little bit harder. It created a certain level of sweat equity in what I was doing. It created a certain level of pride in what I was doing. You know why people quit? People don't have pride in what they do. You know why people stop? They're selfish, and it's just about them. But when you have a bigger purpose to why you're doing what you're doing, and you want to honor the sacrifices that others have made for you, it's nothing for you to keep going when you hit adversity. If every decision and choice you make is just about you, at a certain point you're going to hit something that's a lot tougher than you, and it's going to make you quit because you don't have a driving force for why you do what you do. But when I got up to the University of Tennessee, it was simple. It was simple for me to give everything I had. My freshman year, I played special teams. My sophomore season, I broke the starting lineup, had a really strong sophomore season. The summer heading into my junior year, I still remember the day where I was sitting in our film room, and I was watching film on the California Bears. My defensive backs coach, Larry Slade, came in the room. He said, Inky, I got some good news for you. I dropped the clicker. I said, what is it? He said, man, you're a projected top 30 draft pick, son. He said, all you have to do is play the next 10 football games. You're an automatic multimillionaire. I went out of the room. I called my mother and my grandmother on the three-way. I said, after this season, there will be no more struggling. I said, we would never miss another meal. I said, we would never experience another Christmas where we have to stand on the side of the curb and just be grateful. And I hung it up. First football game, I went out, played great, got an interception, shut Cal down. Second game, we're playing against Air Force, got late in the game, fourth quarter, guy dropped back, he threw the ball to a receiver coming down my sideline. Me and the guy, we went head on. As soon as I hit the guy, I felt as if every breath in my body left. Body went completely limp, fell to the ground, I blacked out. Never happened to me before. When my eyes opened, I'll never forget, my teammates ran over, they said, Ink, get up, let's go. I said, I can't. I can't move. He said, what do you mean you can't move? You're out lockdown corner, man. We need you. Let's go. I said, I know, man, but this time I can't move. I flipped my head up to the sky and said, God, I said, surely nothing has happened in this moment that can alter my life. They got me over to the hospital. They took me back. They ran CAT scans. They brought me back into my room. And all in a 15-second time frame, the doctor came running in from the opposite side. He said, hey, get in here. We got to rush this guy back to emergency surgery. He's about to die. I said, what? He said, son, you have busted up subclavian artery in your chest. You're bleeding internally. We have to rush you back, take the main vein out of your left leg, plug it into your chest in order to save your life. When I opened my eyes from recovery, the same doctor was over me. He said, son, has some good news and some bad news for you. I said, you got some bad news for me? I had to tell him I was about to die. I'm still alive. How bad can it get? I'm still here. He said, the good news is we saved your life. I said, thank you, sir. He said, the bad news is, Ink, you have nerve damage in your right shoulder. I said, okay, cool. He said, but son, it's a strong possibility that you probably can never play the game of football again in your life. I said, no way. I said, no disrespect to you, doc, but I've been working for this ever since I was 7 years old. I said, no disrespect to you, doc, but you wasn't in the park with me and my mother when I was 7 years old and she was sitting in that Buick Regal. She got done working at Wendy's. No disrespect to you, doc, but you didn't come up in that two-bedroom home, 14 people sleeping on the floor. No disrespect to you, doc, but you didn't miss those meals and stay focused and never made an excuse. I never cheated. I never cheated. Like my conscience still until this day won't let me like I can't cheat. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, Ink, you did a good job knowing that I cheated. I can't cheat. One of the greatest pieces of advice that my mother gave me was this: son, whenever you start, you make sure you finish it. And the problem with the world today, people get involved with things, and if they don't like a certain person, if they don't like the process, if it's not what they thought it was, they quit. And what they don't understand about quitting becomes a habit that doesn't just affect you. Later on in life, when you get a wife and you get some kids or you get a family, it's going to come back to hunt you, and it will one day affect them. That is why I tell you the process is more important than the product. It's not even about the outcome for me. It's about, can you take pride in what you do as an individual, and every night when you look in the mirror, knowing that you gave everything you had to it. And we have to get to the point where we're willing to impose our will on certain things. Impose your will on it. My life totally changed. And they gave me an opportunity to stop. And most people, when you give them an opportunity to stop while they're chasing something, they take advantage of it because they feel as if, man, why did this have to happen to me? I felt as if, why not me? This is the perfect opportunity to use this to be a blessing to somebody else. And you know what? It's not even about me to be truthful. It's not even about me. Now it's about repaying the people that invested in me and saw something in me when I couldn't see it in myself. At a certain point in life, it can't just be about you. And the moment that we understand that, and every day we wake up, we understand that life is a blessing and life is a gift. And if you were to check out today, how would you want to be remembered? It's bigger than you.
So I would invite you to just sort of marinate in that for a moment while I find our slideshow. Powerful. That's like the third time I've seen it, and it impresses me a little bit differently each time. And as I go through this presentation, I'll kind of weave a little bit of my own story in. Some of you know me, some of you don't. The story resonates with me a little bit because this company has allowed me to, like he just said, and it had never stuck out to me before until this time I heard it, but impose my will upon something and not quit and really fight. because my story with this company starts with being in just financial ruin, and I'm going to give you the very shortest version possible of this story. We were, my husband and I were in a ton of debt, like a ridiculous, overwhelming, can't climb out of kind of debt in 2012 for various reasons. Some things that we were victims of, but some things that was just our own stupidity and poor choices that led into it. So we ended up with all this debt that we couldn't climb out of, and my husband was having a hard time keeping a job, and I was just like teaching fitness classes. So there's no money in that. There's enough money in teaching fitness to like buy new shoes and new outfits and new music so that you can do your job. So we were just really destitute, and I had these 3 little kids at the time. Now they're teenagers, and I was so afraid that we wouldn't be able to. I was so afraid that I would end up homeless. Like I literally was afraid of that. We're not paying our mortgage. We weren't, for 3 years, we hadn't been able to make a mortgage payment. And so Bank of America was accosting us, of course, with foreclosure notices, and debt collectors were calling all the time. And so I was just in a real state of anxiety and fear. And I was looking for something. I was looking for a way to make supplemental income. I'm not saying everyone comes into this opportunity for financial reasons. They come into this opportunity for very different reasons, and I'll touch on some of the different reasons, but mine was definitely financially driven, and I'll share a little bit more about that as we go. So a little bit about me is, I'm just going to highlight a couple of these things. One is that it says there that I'm an ex-bulimic, and I mean anorexic, bulimic, compulsive overeater. I just saw a picture of me from high school that floated through Facebook that my sister, who's on our team, posted, and you know, I was very overweight and really struggling with food addiction and an unhealthy relationship with both food and exercise. So I really have a lot of empathy for people that struggle with those types of things. So I also want to highlight the fact that I didn't have a degree. I didn't graduate college. The University of Illinois was where I was attending. And so when I was at that place in 2012 with 3 young children and not knowing how I was going to make it, I was like, I don't have job skills. I'm just good at art and fitness. I don't know what I'm going to do to make money. And then lastly on this slide, I just want to highlight the very last bullet point, which is that I'm a 7-star elite coach, now living a life by design. I know that you guys probably don't know what 7-star elite coach means, but all I want you to know about that title with the coach company is that it means that the team that I'm a part of, the organization that I've been blessed with, that since I began, is very successful. Not just me, but my leaders, some of the coaches that have come on are very successful and doing very well. So we're an elite team. We're an elite team. We're in the top 1% of the company. So about Team Play Hard, because you get to name your own team. About Team Play Hard. I'm not going to read all those, but I just wanted to throw them out there. Those are some of the professions, the JOBs, that a lot of my coaches, or some of the coaches, we have almost 700 of us now on the team. But these are just a kind of a look at some of the things that we do, or they do for their job. The main takeaway here is that we are as different as you could possibly imagine, one from another. We're different ages, races, socioeconomic backgrounds, skill sets. We're just like, we are a total melting pot of people. We also love each other very much and work together like a family. Those of us that are trying to create a business. I was also gonna say, never mind. I won't go there because I want to speed along. Okay, so I wanted to start the presentation after introducing myself and showing you that motivational video with the history of the company in case you don't know anything about Beachbody. Basically, the company was founded in 1998 by John Congdon and Carl Deichler. Those guys created the company, and you can see that there were some fitness DVD programs and infomercials that came out over the span of years that's represented on this slide. And I will highlight P90X, the one in the middle, Tony Horton, because P90X, Nick Felder's favorite, P90X came about, what it did is it put our company on the map, because it was during this era of infomercials and all of these get fit quick gizmos, gadgets, and schemes. And you guys, you can't get fit quick, and this company doesn't promise get fit quick, and it doesn't promise get rich quick. It says, P90X said, yes, this works if you work really hard and eat really well. So it worked, and people's lives were being transformed, and that brand put us on the map. Well, in 2007, at the last circle on this slide, the network was created, and we call ourselves the network. That means the coaching network, the network of people like you and I. So those of us that are coaches. And that was born in 2007. So this is 2016. So it's been almost a decade since the network was created. And basically why it was created is John and Carl were like, oh my gosh, all these people are advertising our products for us because they're walking around with all these transformations, and we should give them a slice of the pie. We should give them credit. We should give them commission. We should allow them an opportunity to earn. So the couple of the slides here are outdated, and I'll be fixing that soon, so you're just going to have to bear with me. This is a slightly outdated slide, but it still serves a purpose. So then over the course of the next, so it ends at 2014, but we're going to pretend this slide ends at 2016, and I'll fill in a couple of the blanks that are missing in those last 2 years since the slide was printed. Basically, you can see the progression in the amount of programs that the company came out with. Not just programs, but nutritional supplements. So you can see Shakeology was born. The 3-day refresh, you can see there, was born. And what I want to say about these programs, a couple of things, is that there's something for everyone. We have Tai Chang, which is the most low impact kind of balance and just movement that there is. And then we have things as high intense as Insanity the Asylum, and just the whole gamut in between. So my point is, as a coach, we're really able to find something that's going to work for someone. We're going to find something that's going to work for someone. So since the slide was created, Beachbody's come out with Size, which is a dance program, 21 Day Fix Extreme, the Shakeology Boosts, which is another supplement, the entire performance line for athletes, Cafe Latte Flavor Shakeology, Country Heat is coming out this year, and another program, 22 Hardcore, another Tony Horton program. So the company continues to evolve at a really rapid rate. We are growing. So let me continue here, and I'll also check the time. Oh, okay, gotta hurry. So what the company has done in terms of revenue growth since the network, remember the network was created in 2007, is, and this slide is outdated, at the very end of 2015, so this is April, so this is 5 months ago, the company hit the $1 billion mark. That's just the network. That's just the coaches. $1 billion. So look at the difference in 1 year, from 2014 at 500 million to 2015 at $1 billion, and it's quickly trending. I heard Carl recently say, leadership, to become a $5 billion company, you guys, and we're not even international yet, other than Canada. We will be, but we're not even international yet. So my whole point in showing you the history, the progression, how far we're growing, how much we grow, how we grow, is that in terms of network marketing, there's a million companies out there, you guys. It's so important to do your homework and to look at their history and to know what's this company's track record. How successful are they? How long have they been around? Like, how long have they been around? How trustworthy is this company that I'm thinking about aligning myself with? So I hope you can see how successful and how long a company's been around. And similarly, the network, remember the network means the people, us. So in 2007, there were 40 founding coaches. And today, again, outdated slide, today there are, so erase that last number that you see on there, 236,000. Today there are 450,000 coaches in the network. 400, so it's just like doubled in a year. 450,000 coaches. My business center, we get reports from time to time. The last report I got last week that my business center is sitting at number 195 of the 450,000 coaches. So I'm telling you that not to boast. In fact, my business center is just merely a reflection of my coaches. It seriously is it's a reflection of my team and how they're doing. But my point is, again, that this team is we're doing things right, and we're moving in the right direction. The last time I got that report, Team Play Hard was number 380. And in 1 month, we jumped to 195. So it's pretty exciting. And let's keep going quickly. So what we do and why we're different. When I was 21, I did Mary Kay. And I was a Mary Kay rep, and Mary Kay is great, and there's nothing wrong with Mary Kay at all. In fact, I kind of like some of their products, but it didn't like excite me, and I didn't like doing the like makeup parties at people's houses. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying it wasn't like my cup of tea, and I wasn't successful. And I had to buy a bunch of inventory and try to sell it. And so it just wasn't, it was not for me. It wasn't for me. And then when I was telling you guys that I was destitute in 2012, worried about being homeless, I was looking very seriously at another network marketing company because I knew a girl that worked at the gym with me that I really liked. I liked her a lot. And she was making like $3,000 a month selling Arbonne. And I was really looking for something, and I felt not qualified to just go back into the workforce. And I had these kids I kind of wanted to be around my kids. So I was gonna sign on with Arbonne, and then I found out about this opportunity. I found out about Beachbody, and I found out because of a post that floated through Facebook, and called my upline who lives in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So, and I'm in Oregon, so we don't have to live near each other to work together. But my point is that there's nothing wrong with Arbonne either. Arbonne's a great company, and they sell like primarily skincare. But what we do is, for me, and perhaps for you, is we help people with their fitness and their health. And that is like what lights me up from the inside out. That is something I genuinely love and care about and makes my heart sing, is seeing someone's before and after picture, is getting that text message that someone's down 9 pounds after the 21-day fix. And skincare just doesn't like rock my socks that way. So what we do and what our company does is we help people with their nutrition. We help people find a fitness program. We help them with their fitness. And now we have Beachbody Live, so we can even help people with fitness in the gym with our product. And we help them with support. We help them with accountability. So we offer the trifecta. And a lot of people can have like a great workout, and they can have, good nutrition. But if they don't have that third thing, that accountability, that support, they won't adhere. They won't stick to it. So our cornerstone product is Shakeology. That's like our chief product. It's the king. This is the king right here. You're looking at the king, Shakeology. So Shakeology it's for most people who are interested in weight loss, it's a meal replacement. It could be a snack. It could be something you add in. Every once in a while I meet someone who's trying to gain weight, but so it's just calories, it's math, it's whatever you want it to be. But for most people that want to lose weight, this is their meal replacement. So it is all natural. It's gluten-free. It's low carbohydrate. It's low sugar. It's low glycemic. It's totally high protein. It's full of like 70 superfoods. It has vitamins and minerals, so you don't need to take a multivitamin when you're drinking Shakeology. It's got them. It's got you covered. It has antioxidants, pre and probiotics, digestive enzymes, phytochemicals, phytonutrients, high fiber. I don't know if I said high fiber. Digestive enzymes, and protein. And I don't know if I said protein earlier, but I want to say protein last because a lot of people think it's a protein shake. Oh, it's a protein shake. It's not a protein shake, you guys. A protein shake is one itty bitty narrow facet of it. It's this complex, dense nutrition. It's been clinically proven. So third-party trials, it's been clinically proven to help people lose weight, to lower blood sugar, and so great for people that are pre-diabetic and diabetic. Great for all of us, and lower bad cholesterol. I just met with a coach last night for the very first time in the Portland area who has a 30-pound weight loss story with Shakeology. So it absolutely works. Let's see. Okay, I got to look at the time again, and I'm going to really quickly, you have to look fast, you guys. You got to look fast. I'm going to go through these really quickly. Some of these transformations, okay? Look quickly, because I think there's like 5 slides here. I shouldn't go that fast. Let me slow down a little bit. This down here in the lower quadrant, I don't know if it's on your left, it's on my left-hand side. I don't know if it's on your left-hand side, but this particular coach she was pregnant when she enrolled as a coach. You can see that she's pregnant. And then that is her daughter next to her with those washboard abs that she was pregnant with when she became a coach. Pretty special. There was Nick. Hi, Nick. So I have something kind of cool to tell you about these slides and why I'm showing you as soon as we get to the end of them. I know that's really fast. There's me after my most recent program. So what's awesome about those slides is that those are just some of our coaches. Those aren't even our customers. Those aren't even our customers. Our customers are, you think about each one of those coaches that you just saw their transformation, and each one of them is helping dozens, if not hundreds, of other people. And it starts with us. So this company implores us to just be the best version of ourselves possible. It implores us to have a transformation, to work on ourselves constantly, not just physically with our fitness and our nutrition, but who we are as human beings on the planet. We are encouraged to do personal development, reading or audio for 10 minutes every single day. So it's a pretty exciting thing to be a part of, a company and an organization that makes you a better person. But we also have other kinds of transformations. Here's my transformation. Here's my financial transformation story. I ran this report at the end of the year, and it just shows what my income was each month, each December since I started in 2012. So in 2012, I enrolled in July. So In the end of that year, I had made $607, which was pretty awesome because I was scared to death when I enrolled as a coach, because I couldn't afford Shakeology. Obviously, we couldn't afford our shelter. We weren't paying a mortgage, so it felt scary to enroll. It felt very scary for me to jump into this. But look, just by December, I worked really hard, and I was able to make $607 that month. A year later, just in December, just that 1 month, I made $1,600. A year later, in just that month, I made $3,200. And a year later, which is just like 5 months ago when I ran the December report, I made about $10,000 that month. And if you had time, if we were in less of a hurry, I would want you to read what I wrote about what each of those milestones meant for me and meant for my family. But in short, I went from being anxious and fearful and having anxiety and panic in my life to having and feeling free and feeling like I can actually love my life and design it the way I want it to be. All of that in 4 years. Not that it's easy, not that it's easy. I've worked hard. So, and then this got posted on our team page a couple weeks ago, from one of my coaches, Brian, and he shared his income story. And why I wanted to throw this into the presentation is this dude is a busy dude. Has a full-time job with crazy hours, like crazy long hours. He gets up at like 4:30 every morning. He also teaches classes in the evenings. He also is a basketball coach, and he's a husband, a good husband, and a good father, and has a vibrant social life. So he has built a business with a really nice supplemental income with very little time each day, just by being diligent and consistent on our 3 little vital behaviors, which are our code, our key, which is be proof that the product works. So he does his workout and drinks his shake every day. He works on personal development. When he's driving to work, he listens to PD, we call it, and he invites people. He gives people a solution. So, and then this is really cool. It's a recent slide from one of my other coaches, and it just speaks to the idea of the culture that we are and create. So I came in the business looking for an income opportunity, and Brian came in it. We all come in it for different reasons, but this coach is basically just sharing like the culture, the family, the accountability, the being a better person, because you are like the people you spend the most time with. You become like them. They become like you. We seep off onto one another. And she's basically saying like this business, what attracts me to it is who I'm becoming and who they are. And in fact, I can't see, but Julie's on. I can't see all of you, but Julie's on tonight. So she can unmute at the end and chime in about that slide too. So fitness. So what is a coach? I'm going to just say the most important piece of this one is they don't need to be at their goal body. They do not need to, quote, look the part at all. They just have to be willing to work on their story, work on themselves. They don't have to be a salesperson. They do not need to be a nutrition or fitness expert at all. Not at all. Beachbody provides all the tools we need to lead someone through a workout. All the nutritional advice we're given to give. We have it all. So those are just misconceptions. In fact, a coach not being at a goal body can be a really good place to start, because they can start transforming, and people are really drawn to and interested in and attracted to change. So here's some of the benefits of being a coach, and then I'm going to wrap up, you guys. We get to set our own hours. We get to be full-time, part-time, whatever time we want. We get to build online or in person, mostly online, and we get to share something that we're really passionate about and attract others. Our team does not have a spammy, post, buy stuff, salesy nature. We don't. We just want to have attraction marketing where people are drawn to us based on the fact that the products actually work. So that's a funny little graphic that I tried to make about how I can travel and be in my sweatpants and work and make income. But that was before I knew that you shouldn't put a lot of graphics on text on a graphic, and that's tacky. I didn't know that then, but so I like to laugh about that picture. We now have an app on a phone. We now have an app, and so we can manage a group, a challenge group, a fitness group of our customers and coaches. We can now do it on an app, which is kind of cool, but we also can run groups on Facebook. So basically, here's just like a little tiny sneak, like glimpse into the kinds of stuff that's being posted and in our challenge groups on the daily. Like, this is how we help people. Like, I said accountability and support is one of the pieces. Well, this is how we do it. This is how, like, we can help people that live in a different part of the country than us, because we can be on Facebook and check in with them, or on the app on our phone. So basically, what to expect from our team, because when we're in a hurry, you can just read those or watch the replay. We just lots of training, lots of love, team calls. We do a weekly team call that's like this, like on Zoom. We're really fun. We're really fun. We're really fun people. We like each other. We get along. We take you like this business. So I'm just gonna say I had no business sense. Like, was not an entrepreneur. I had no interest in business. Never ever saw myself as a businesswoman. But now I do, and now I am, and I've learned the skills along the way. So you don't have to be skillful coming in. You just have to want to learn, and then we show you the skills little by little by little by little, and you'll go. You never have to lead a webinar. You don't have to do this. You just be you. We do some live events. There are some quarterly events that you can do with local coaches in wherever you live. And there's a coach summit in Nashville. It's like our annual conference. Again, there's a picture of one of our team calls down at the bottom. So we do build online a lot, but there are some things that we do live. And I think I'm almost at the end of the presentation. Again, some more quarterly event stuff. And so just really quickly, if you're wondering what it costs, and what your options would be if this is something that is caught your interest, you can join as a customer if you've never been a customer. I hadn't used our products, and I just joined as a coach and began using the product that way. So that's kind of up to you. Coaches they come in, I kind of think they come in 3 shapes and sizes. They're either just wanting a discount and they do not want to build a business. They just want a discount on like Shakeology every month. Or they're a hobby coach, which is what Brian, the one whose income I showed a little bit of, he's just a hobby coach. He's like, I just want an extra $1,000 a month, working out. And not that he doesn't work at it, but there's a hobby coach. Like, I want to build a supplemental income, but not put a lot of time and energy, not a lot of time in. And then there's the all-in folks that are looking to be able to like create a life by design, and like maybe even fire their boss someday and just, be their own CEO of their own company. So those are sort of the 3 ways I kind of view and categorize the coaches on the team. And then most of us enroll either as a customer or a coach with a challenge pack, meaning you're going to bundle Shakeology and a workout, because bundling, just like your insurance, bundling saves money. So you're looking to spend $140 to $205-ish, depending on what pack you and your coach would kind of select for yourself. Military gets free enrollment, vets free enrollment. There are $16 a month dues to be a coach. So you don't buy inventory, but you have your website and your coach status costs $16 a month. I really encourage my coaches to be on Shakeology and be drinking it every single day. I would be so bold as to say without that piece, unless they're allergic to something in it, like one of my coaches is, without that piece, it's really hard to be successful, since it's such a vital part of our business. So if you're enrolling with a challenge pack, you're going to spend $140 to $205. If you're paying your dues and drinking Shakeology, it's like $115 a month. One of our goals as uplines and your support system is to get those costs covered for you immediately, like within your first month, so that you're in the black, like right away. So just know that whoever invited you will probably follow up and just kind of see what you thought of the presentation, and if you saw yourself, like thought it might be a good fit, and if so, like, are you interested in doing the coach route or the customer route? So I'm going to stop talking and open it up so I can see your beautiful faces again. And then you can ask any questions you want of me or any of the coaches on the call. So let me open it up. Okay. So, do any of you guys have any questions? Oh, you have to like either wave your hand so I can unmute you, or you have to unmute yourself.
Ellen, I'll get back to you. I have to go get Jordan from basketball.
Okay.
But, I think I can do it this month, so.
Okay.
I'll call you later.
Okay. Sounds good, Kendra. Okay, bye. Mwah. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
And we're not pressure people, so if we only want you guys to do this. It's like it's really going to be a blessing for you, and you think it's going to be a good fit. Otherwise, we're wasting your time and our time, and so we're not a pressure kind of a people. So
I was thinking about doing the hobby coach.
yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I can talk to Nick and find out more information about how to do that part. The only thing that's gonna hold me back is the cost, because right now my car is in the shop. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nick is one of my best coaches, and he's awesome, and he's super resourceful. So Mona, what's your story? So you were a customer lead to him?
Yeah. I was just sitting in the bed on a Sunday morning, and I'm like, I need to lose this weight because 2014 I had my daughter, and I gained like 50 pounds because I was eating everything in sight. So so right now, I mean, I started in February. I was weighing about, I want to say 210.
Yeah.
Starting the program. Now I'm 206, and I went down to pant size.
Yeah, awesome.
So yeah, I was texting Nick when I went shopping the other day. It was sometime last month, and I was like, I went down a pant size. So I'm so excited. And now, Nick, the pants that I did buy last month, they're starting to get a little bit more roomier now, and I'm like, okay. So yeah.
You have to hit the story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I went down a pant size within 1 month, and I mean, last night I was doing size 2, but the other night, Monday, when I did the full out one, oh my God, I was drenched from head to toe, sweating, like nonstop sweating. But yeah.
Awesome. So Mona, were you when you were sitting there and it was a Sunday, did you see an infomercial or what? I mean, like, how did you just infomercial?
Yep, an infomercial. And me and my boyfriend had talked about, going to Caribana, which is this Caribbean festival in Toronto where there's lots party, drinking. It's a parade in the street, and I'm like, I have to look somewhat presentable because I can't go into Toronto with flabby eyes, legs, and stomach, and arms. So, yeah. So I'm like, let me make a sacrifice. Let me buy this size and let me see if it works. Because I used to dance in high school like all the time, and I was extra skinny. So I'm like, let me go back to my old ways. But yeah, my arms hurt now, my thighs hurt, my hips hurt. But
So that's
It's a good hurt.
that's another thing. I'm glad that you mentioned a couple things, but one of them is that she was a customer lead for Nick. So that's another thing that this business provides is it actually gives us customers. We have to earn them. I mean, we have to earn them. We don't just sit down and do nothing with the business, but they're not that hard to earn, and you develop this customer base. I think I've shared before with my team, I have like over 700, I think about 800 customers, and most of them are not people that I've met in my life. They're just leads. Like Nick is one of my leads. Like literally, he's one of my leads that I was given, and I took the time to stalk him on Facebook and follow up.
okay.
And I was like, oh man, he'd be a good coach. Like legit, like his Facebook account looked like a coach. He had like pictures of P90X, pictures of Shakeology packets, and I was like, oh. So I mean, I don't know. The other thing about you wanting to like continue to have a transformation is being a coach can help with that a lot, because it's like you want to do well, you want to make income with it, you want to make a difference in the world and help others. And one of the best vehicles for that is you working on you, you know? So like, and like if you were to run a size challenge group, the people that are your customers, they actually help you stay consistent, because you're like, oh shit, I'm the coach. I better do my workout.
Right.
So anyway, that sounds awesome. We would love to have you. So if you can figure all that out in your budget, talk to Nick about the how-tos and everything. So I'm so glad you came on.
Thanks. And then I also like challenge one of my best friends to buy size, because she's trying to lose weight too. So I'm like, okay, I'm on video 3. Where you at? Because
dude,
you
you
need to
could have
catch up. Come on,
Nick. She could have got the commission for selling it to
Yeah,
her friend. Someone else
that
got it.
should've been-
Yeah,
yeah, that
dude.
should have been your customer.
Girl,
Yeah.
you would have a website. You would have had a website, and you would have said, oh, just buy size through me. Here's my link. Buy size, and then I'll be your coach. Yeah.
That's how
Yes. That's actually how we try to work with. Okay, so when a new coach comes on and they're like, I have no money. This is going to be really hard. We have a couple goals for that person starting out of the gates. And one of them is that in that first month that they're a coach, if they can sell a couple challenge packs or, you know, some Shakeology that first month, they'll be in the black. And that could be hard. It depends on who's in your life. But that's definitely a goal we would have for you, because we want you making money, not losing money on this. So yeah.
Oh man, is it too late?
No. No. Talk to Nick. Nick, set her straight.
All right. I'm a hobby coach. I have a full-time job. I work 40 to 50 hours a week, and I'm just looking for, you know, as a hobby coach, I'm hoping to make that 500 to 1,000 supplemental income, kind of like Brian. So I'm kind of in your boat. That's part of the reason I do this. Other than, you know, helping people get better lives, get healthier, and that kind of stuff. So, so we can talk more about it.
Okay, no problem.
So you guys were around, and if someone is listening to the replay, just reach out. We're happy to help. We're happy to answer any questions that didn't get answered tonight. So I know it's late and we went a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.